Hello everyone, my name is Trey Let's Play, and welcome back to another episode of Trey Let's Ramble. For those that don't know, this is basically a little series that I made where I basically just get to talk about whatever I want, whenever I want, whatever thoughts are in my head, that type of stuff. So, yeah. This video isn't gonna be super long, so yeah, let's just get right into it, So the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about was just my very large consumption of media. Now, looking at my channel, I have talked about plenty of games here on my channel, and I've also played like a couple games here on my channel as well, right? So, safe to say, yeah, I play a lot of different video games, but it goes, like, even beyond video games. Like, there's also a lot of, like, movies and TV shows that I have seen, whether if it was, like, a web series or something or not. But, yeah, I have consumed a lot of media, and sometimes, like, when I think about the massive amount of media that I've consumed, when looking at the multiple pieces of media, from like their art styles to the characters designs, the tones and whatnot, like I sometimes just look at it and think like it's kind of funny and just kind of laugh, because sometimes it's just a little funny to me that like, wow, I'm actually into a lot of this stuff and it's just, kind of funny to me. Like, take for example Inanimate Insanity, a series about animated objects competing against each other in a competition show in teams to win $1 million. Now, II is relatively light in terms of the tone, for the most part. Now, especially like when later in the second season, the series started to take a lot more of a serious and more darker turn. But overall, the series is pretty light in terms of the tone and just very, like I said, lighthearted, with its serious and more dark moments in there. And then you have another web series like Dick Figures, which is basically an adult comedy series about stick figures with moments like this.
And who are you? Renowned 19th century revolutionary feminist Susan B. Anthony?
Oh my god, yeah, totally! No, just kidding, I'm a slut.
But yeah, I just think it's kind of funny how I'm into these two shows, even if they are radically different from one another. And I just think it's kind of funny when I look at it like that, A piece of media that I consume a large amount of things from is music. Now, I absolutely love music. It is amazing, genuinely an amazing thing, right? But I don't really have a certain preference on what type of music that I listen to. Sure, I may listen to a couple other bits of music genres than others, but I don't really have a full-on preference on what music genres I prefer. I kind of listen to just about really anything, really, and I basically go on the rule of, if it sounds good, then that's kind of really all that it needs. It's nothing really too deep, honestly. Like, for example, you got pretty simple but somewhat catchy songs like Bird Brain. Or absolute lyrical masterpieces that make me ascend to the heavens, like Luke Goji's Shucks cover. But then you got a song about fucking water that is somehow so genuinely peak to me, honestly, that it's making me question my music taste.
H2O, so that you know, is a wonderful molecule stored in the world. If you think it's not so great, look at all the water that surrounds our whole world. Go explore, you'll find some more. Water is everywhere across the world.
And many other types of songs that I'm not going to even mention because it would be way too fucking long. So instead of that, I'm going to be moving on talking about video games, right? Oh my god, where do I even start? Well, I guess we'll start off with something simple, right? Mario. Everyone loves Mario, right? Everyone loves the games, and a lot of people at least know a decent bit about Mario. Even if you're not a super big fan of the series, you have at least heard of the Italian plumber at some point in your life, you know? But then you got something like Warhammer 40k, which is literally apocalyptic hell. What's that? You've never heard of Warhammer 40k before? I sense heresy in here. Come here right now. And then you got a game like Yakuza, which has moments like this. Like, what the fuck, man? But it's not only the type of games that I'm into, it's also like the type of games that I play in this case. Like, take for example Inscription, which is a roguelike card game that has its own like rules and set and stuff, you know? But then you also have another game like Metal Hellsinger, which is a first-person shooter rhythm game? I'm sorry, what? Now, I know it may sound like, by the way I'm talking, that it sounds like I have an issue with it. I really don't have a problem with this. In fact, I honestly really like the fact that I'm into so many different games, despite the genre or what type of game it really is, you know? I think it's really neat, honestly, that there are so many unique variety of games out there. Hell, there's probably some I haven't even mentioned in this video, or some I have never heard of before, you know? And I think that's just kind of cool, honestly. But like I said earlier, like, there's a lot more, you know, games in this case that I could list off of. But once again, we would be here all day, so I'm just not going to do that. But yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty cool that I'm into so many different games, movies, music, and TV shows, you know. I think it's pretty cool, you know, that I'm into a lot of this stuff, even if they are, like, radically different for one another. But once again, you know, that's, like, the big appeal of media, you know, is that, like, everything is very different, from art styles to, you know, the tones to characters and visuals and the media that it's in, you know. And like I said, I don't really have a problem with that, you know, because, like I said, there's nothing really wrong with it, you know. And I just think it's just kind of funny to me sometimes when I do look at this, I'm like, wow, I'm actually into some of this stuff. That's a little bit funny to me, you know. But anyway, that's going to do it for my incoherent ramblings. Thank you all very much for watching this video, even if it was just me yapping throughout the entire video. But anyway, if you guys want to see more content from me in the future, then please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more stuff from me in the future. And let me know in the comments on what type of movies or games or TV shows or music that y'all are into. I'm very interested in hearing your replies or whatnot. But yeah. Besides that, thank you all very much for watching this video. It means a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. My name is Trey Let's Play, and have a nice night, everyone.